Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Friday, August 9th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown, so if you are someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. And also, if you trade Bitcoin, I'll do a bonus analysis at the end. First off, a couple of clarifications. Number one, the candlestick that you see right there will be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. Second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. And then finally, if you would like for me to do an analysis on one of your positions, just comment down below and I'll do my best to get to that in a future top 10 video. So stock number one, ticker symbol LUMN. Been tracking this one very closely. It's been a big mover, and today finally acted human. But this is where things get a little tricky from a presentation standpoint because it's all about perspective. What do I mean? Well, if you're some sort of day trader, flipper, scalper, whatever you want to call yourself, and you bought right there, maybe you bought right there, and your plan was to buy and sell within 20 minutes, well, then from that standpoint, the chart looks really, really bad. Now, if you care about the big picture point of view, everything is still okay, and I'll get to how that's the case. But in the near term, I talked about this support level yesterday, and you can see opening 30 minutes, price broke below it, and the chart did not like that at all as a big move came down. And this will mean a little bit more to those of you that watched yesterday's video. But if you did watch yesterday's video, hopefully remember me talking about that purple line there, the 50-period moving average, and saying that from the big picture of things, as long as the price stays above that level, then the bulls are in full health. And what do you know it? The power of charts. Price came down here, and what a coincidence. Right where the price decided to stop going down and actually start going up. So good example there on the power of charts. But that's just another way of saying that moving forward, get that line out of there. That purple line there remains a key area of support. And then from the overarching standpoint, that is why I'm saying that overall the chart is still hanging in there because it is still maintaining and respecting that purple line. Now, if the price crashes through there, that's a different story. But as of right now, price doing a good job of staying above that purple line. So let's see if it can continue to do that on Friday. Next one, APPS, and quite a nice mover today. Obviously, opening 30 minutes was crazy. Pulled back. Good healthy consolidation as this thing is now trying to push up higher, but that's also given us a very well-defined area of resistance. So as I put this line in place, I'm not trying to press you. I'm not trying to imply this is some sort of great discovery. Got to think a lot of people are watching right up there around $2.82. And I'm just trying to find the middle ground because I realized right there the price technically went higher. Right there, price didn't quite hit that level. So again, middle ground, let's just call it 282 on the key breakout area. And, the price is well within striking distance. So that becomes not a guarantee, but it does become very plausible to think that 282 has a realistic chance of being broken. If you like to play more so pullbacks, then in the very near term, you have a nice little trend line right there that you can watch. Let me change that to green to represent support. And then just from more of an overarching standpoint, so if the price were to fall below that level, doesn't mean the entire chart's destroyed because you still do have other areas to support, namely that pink line down there, the 200-period moving average, and the purple line there being 50-period moving average. But keyword there being moving because I understand that's very irrelevant right now given the price is way up here. This line's way down there. But that line will move itself higher and higher and get more and more relevant. But overall, very solid day today. Let's see if the price can get the breakout on Friday. Next one, PLUG. Very, very nice bounce today. I mean, when you consider that at one point this opening 30 minutes price was all the way down there, and now it's been able to rally back up to there. Good, solid bounce, but that does leave the valid question, is there any sort of genuine power behind that bounce? And I have no idea, but by using charts, we can make answering that question very straightforward. And in my mind, it's all about this level down here at the $2 mark. Why is $2 important? Well, hopefully we can agree with the logic that price movements with genuine strength are going to progress forward. Nothing goes straight up, but at least show signs of progress. Well, that would lead to the question, okay, well, how are you defining progress? And that's where $2 comes into play. If the price were to come down here, behave like that, and then curl back upwards, what would you have? Well, from a progress standpoint, you'd have a set of lows right there, set of lows there. If you envision those as stair steps, you would have stair steps making progress in the upwards direction, and that's what you want to see. On the flip side of things, though, if the price were to come down here and then break down through that level, now all of a sudden, what do you have? Well, now you'd have the price essentially going right back to where it was. And I mean, not to insult your intelligence, but price movements that make great bounces and then go right back where they started, not exactly a sign of genuine strength. As far as areas of resistance are concerned, keep a close eye on that purple line there, 50-period moving average. You can see it's been quite the annoying level, rejected a couple of times back on Wednesday and then even later on in the afternoon today. Price didn't hit it exactly, but got close and then got rejected back from it. But all in all, nice bounce. Is it a truly strong bounce? Let's see if the price can show some progress. Next one here, CDT, absolutely train wreck, ugly chart. But as some of you have heard me say many times, there can be opportunity in the ugly. And really, this is the only way I see to approach this. And this is a situation where if you're just not good at managing risk or being disciplined, I mean, you shouldn't even be trading, but that's a whole nother video. But you certainly shouldn't be trading situations like this because this is a very risky play. But with that being said, it is a nice risk versus reward because you can see here, price was way up here, and it has just gotten beat down, but now it's getting very close to where? Well, this area where it's leveled off before and then got a nice bounce. Now, does that mean for sure it's going to get the same huge bounce? Of course not, but even if it gets a modest bounce relative to what's being risked, you could be looking at a very nice upside move. Again, if you're not going to be disciplined, then don't even think about it. But if you can be disciplined, then again, from a risk versus reward scenario, very intriguing situation. Is it going to level out and curl back upwards, even if it's just a dead cat bounce? From a trading standpoint, sometimes that's all you need. So if you like penny stocks, if you like these sorts of opportunity in the ugly situations, keep an eye on it. Next one here, NVIDIA, NVDA, and very nice move. This will mean more to those of you that watched the previous videos, but if you have, you know, hopefully you know and remember me talking about that 97.15-ish mark over and over again. And again, the power of charts, not to pat myself on the back, but charts, very powerful. Did it hit that line exactly? It didn't, but hopefully we can all agree. Got very close opening 30 minutes, and then an absolutely beautiful bounce back to the upside. So good to see 97.15 continue to hold strong, and that's where our other update comes into play, just based on a rule which states when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. So now 104.40 going to be another area of support to keep an eye on moving forward if there is any sort of pullback. Now, if the price falls below, they're not the end of the world, because more so the quote-unquote end of the world spot in the sense of what would make the chart look really bad is at 97.15 mark. In terms of areas of resistance, main level, that stands out to me right there at that trend line. So as I speak right now, the price is knocking on the door, so we'll see if the price can push up through it. But all in all, and if the price does push through it, then you'd want to keep an eye on these highs right there as an area of resistance. But at least in my opinion, the most dynamic and most important thing today was just how well it respected that level and then the nice bounce you got from it. So we'll see how it closes on Friday. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box you can use to sign up. Or if you're watching at my website, there's an area right there on the webpage. With that being said, it is live. So a couple things, maybe you already have something planned for on your schedule this evening, or maybe you're watching this Friday morning and you totally missed it. Go ahead, send me an email, clay@claytro.com, and I'd be happy to send you a link to the replay. But if you can make it live, then definitely get signed up, and I'll see you here in just a few hours. Next one, PLTR, and very impressive mover today. Things were looking, I don't want to say shaky yesterday, but yeah, there was definitely that pullback, but it did respect that purple line there, which is good to see. And then you can see this morning got back up above the pink line, and then the rest is history. Absolutely beautiful breakout right there. So moving forward in terms of ideal level of support, I mean, hey Clay, what would make this chart look the absolute strongest going forward? Get that rid of that one. There we go. That would be that area right there at the 28.30 mark. Now, if the price falls below there, does not mean the chart's destroyed or ruined or anything like that, because you still do have plenty of other areas of support below you, namely that 200 period moving average and then the 50 period moving average. But yeah, in terms of what would make it look the strongest and healthiest, if the price can stay above that level right there, that would certainly be very impressive. In terms of areas of resistance, got to squeeze things down here a little bit just to gain a little bit more perspective. And you can see, well, maybe you can't see, and that's why you're watching this video, but next key level going to be right up there around $29.75. Looking back here through the chart, you can see that broadly speaking, both there and there presented some problems. But if the price can get up to $29.75 and above there, then that would be putting the price at highs that it's not seen for several weeks. But all in all, kind of crazy when you think about it. Not that long ago, this thing was down here. Now it's all the way up there. So a great bounce, and let's see if the momentum carries into Friday. Next one, WENA. I like this one for a very basic reason and premise, but you don't need to overcomplicate things. But that has to do with the fact that it started off strong, gap up. Things got really bad, and when prices pull back, it becomes a very wise, valid question to say, uh-oh, is this just a pump and dump? Is this a gap and trap? Is this thing going right back to where it was? And in this situation, we got our answer. It leveled out. It is now starting to work its way back upwards. Now, let me be very clear. I wish I could say that trading was this easy, where just because something gets destroyed to the downside and then goes sideways and goes up slightly, that means for sure guaranteed it's the bottom, and for sure guaranteed it's going to keep going up. Of course not, but is it rational? Is it valid to at least throw out that suggestion? Absolutely. And that's what makes this interesting is you got some sideways movement, slight upwards movement. So is this kind of just the start? The engines are revving before the price takes back off again. Doesn't necessarily mean it, but like I said, it's at least a plausible scenario. And the key area of resistance in my mind to keep an eye on moving forward are going to be right up there around the $1.37 mark. So keep an eye on that. And then in terms of areas of support, nothing fancy here. I mean, that line right there illustrates how the price bottomed out and then started to work its way back upwards. So keep a close eye on that from a support standpoint. But yeah, if you like these scenarios where something gets beat down, but then starts to show some suggestions that maybe the bottom is in, keep an eye on it. Next one here, TSLA Tesla, and overall did a good job. Like NVIDIA, respecting a key area of support on this one, it was that 191.70-ish area, and you can see this morning, opening 30 minutes, came right down by that level and got a beautiful bounce off of it. So that's great to see. I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of that level as it served its purpose for now. Again, and I'm just going to keep the focus on that area because that is still the key area and main important level of support. So even if the price were to come down here, I would still say nothing to worry about from the bigger picture standpoint because the price is still, up above the level. Now, obviously, if you bought right there as a day trader, then yeah, you don't want to see the price do that. But from an overarching standpoint, as long as the price continues to stay above that area of support, then overall, in my opinion, the chart's hanging in there just fine. In terms of areas of resistance, main battleground now to keep an eye on moving forward. Going to be that area right there, give or take a trend line. Do you have to use those exact points? No, but even if you adjust a little bit, it's still going to be putting the resistance levels in the same general areas, so keep an eye on that. But like NVIDIA, I would argue the most important thing and the healthiest thing that occurred on this one today was it's continuing to hold above that area of support, which you definitely want to see moving forward. So let's see if the price can indeed get enough momentum to push up through that area on Friday. Next one here, MGOL, and a pretty crazy day today. And a lot of choppy action, but to try to make this as straightforward as possible to kind of cut through everything is a level that stands out to me, and what I would call the must-hold level for the same reasoning that I've talked about in a couple of these other ones, is right down here at $3.25. And that's where, as long as the price stays above there, then overall, like I said, if the price does something like that, then at least you have, going back to those stair steps, you'd have a stair step right here. Previous stair step was down here, and then those stair steps are still representing progress. So yes, I fully understand that right now the price is kind of choppy. It's up here, then it's down here, then it's up here, then it's down here. So, but as long as it can be as choppy as it wants, but as long as the choppiness is occurring at a higher level, that higher level being defined again as that level at 325, then overall, that's where I think it just cuts through the confusion. Is it bad or is it good? It keeps going up and down, up and down. Just stay above that level, and that at least gives the chart the opportunity at progress, which from the bigger picture standpoint is what it's all about and what you're after. In terms of areas of resistance, key area to watch right there around the 470 mark. But like I said, at this point in time, in my opinion, not necessarily about breaking levels of resistance. It's more about stabilizing out, building that higher base, and then in the rest of the chart take care of itself after that. Next one, TQQQ, and overall good, solid, healthy day. From a bigger picture standpoint, not a whole lot to say. What do I mean by that? Well, nothing really occurred. Now, again, intraday, I realized that the price came up, consolidated, breakout right there, a little bit of a pullback right there. But I'm just talking about for more so this sideways, bigger channel pattern here. So bottom of the channel down here at 52. Good news, didn't even come close to getting tested. And then top of the channel right there, resistance at 58.60. Price never hit it today, but got very, very close right there. Couldn't quite push through it, but the good news is that the price is still very close to that level, which makes it that much more realistic that there could very well be a breakout of this top part of the sideways channel pattern that's been here for the past few days. So definitely keep an eye on 58.60 as the main area of resistance. If there is any sort of pullbacks, preferably speaking, you want to see the price stay above that purple line right there. But if the price falls below it, again, from a big picture standpoint, everything is still okay because there's still plenty of wiggle room before the price would even be down to that $52 mark. But yeah, staying above that purple line would certainly make the current momentum and current situation look the healthiest and strongest. But all things considered, price is well within striking distance, 58.60. So let's see if the bulls can get that breakout on Friday. I will get to Bitcoin here in just a second, but again, for you stock traders out there, if you like what you saw here, then definitely go get signed up for the free live webinar. It'll be this evening, Thursday, August 8th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So I hope to see you there. But as mentioned earlier, if you can't make it live for whatever reason, go ahead, send me an email to clay@claytrader.com, and I'd be happy to send you a link to the replay. And it is genuinely live, and I say that because there will be a Q&A session. So if you have questions, please bring them, and I'd love to answer them live for you. All right, now let's talk some Bitcoin. One clarification here, I am now on the 4-hour time frame, not the 30 minutes. So each one of these candlesticks represents 4 hours. I like to do that because Bitcoin is open 24/7. So that'll allow this video to remain relevant for as long as possible. So overall, very, very impressive move. Yesterday when I did this video about 24 hours ago, the big concern was, the price was starting to pull back, but the big question mark was, is that a genuine break or is it not? And we got our answer. That was not a genuine break. The price quickly leveled out, and then huge move upwards. Now it's a new exciting question for the bulls, that is. So let's say you're watching this video 15, 20 hours after I get it uploaded. The key question for you is, where is the price now at relative to that purple line right there, the 50-period moving average? Any answer at all that the price is up above 59,400, that is telling you not only is the situation still good, it's actually getting better because the price is now broken up through that area, which is a good thing. Now, common sense comes into play. Well, how much better is it? Well, how far above is it? Right here, again, that's good, don't get me wrong. But if the price is all of a sudden way up here, that's telling you that this breakout is still good and has gotten way better. So like I said, some common sense will take you far there. But the key dynamic here is just starting off, where's the price at relative to that area? Now, if you're saying, well, actually, Clay, the price is down below 59,400, that is totally okay as long as the price is above 55,600 still. If you're answering the question, well, actually, Clay, the price is down below that area right there. Again, not the total end of the world because the price is still above there, but that would be very bad. That would be telling you that this current upwards bounce here has failed to and then gone down there and then broken down even more. Now, I'd be surprised if you're answering it that way, but it is Bitcoin, so I suppose you never know. But these are going to be the key levels. Keep your eye on these dynamics. Ask yourself those questions, and that'll keep the Bitcoin analysis relevant until I'm back 24 hours from now. And as I invited the stock charters, I'm inviting you as a Bitcoin and crypto trader to get signed up for the free live webinar, because what you learn about can and definitely should be used within the world of crypto and Bitcoin too. So like I said, it'll be this evening, Thursday, August 8th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So definitely go get signed up. But if you can't make it live for whatever reason, send me an email, clay@claytrader.com, and I'd be happy to send you a link to the replay. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these, please do a couple things for me. Hit that like button, leave a comment below, give me your watch list for tomorrow, tell me what you traded today, or like I mentioned earlier, if you have a request for me to do an analysis on one of your positions, comment below and I'll do my best to get to that in a future video. So thanks for watching. Go get signed up for that free training, and hopefully I'll see you here in just a few hours.